welcome along. So today, for our Adapting to Your Changing Body month, we're talking to Andrea Marsh. Andrea, if you'd like to introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a shiatsu practitioner of about 15 years now, and I've been specialising in the menopause for the last 3 years.
Now, in the previous webinar that we recorded, you were talking about the hot symptoms and the cold symptoms.
Yeah.
And today we were going to look at how your energy levels change through the perimenopause and the relation to the hot and cold. So yeah, on you go.
Okay, so we previously left it that perimenopause is predominantly cold symptoms in Chinese medicine terms. Yes, you can have some heat symptoms, and that's something slightly separate, but I roughly separate it out, and it proves true with my clients that the perimenopause are cold symptoms. So now I want to explain a little bit about how this comes about, what is happening in your body that creates this. So what's going on is we know we've got declining hormones. And the first hormone to decline, it declines very slowly, and it's progesterone. And let's just say roughly progesterone declines over 10 years. So this seems to be linked to, obviously progesterone is created in the kidneys. And in Chinese medicine, the core of who you are, how much energy you have, comes from your kidneys, so we call it kidney energy. So what's happening as you're starting to transition is your kidney energy is waning. And we have two things. We have yang, which is fire, and we have yin, which is cooling and calming. But basically your essence, your constitution is gradually declining. So that's why the symptoms come on, they're a bit insidious. So my test for women that said, well, am I perimenopausal? Because a hormone test or a blood test at the doctor's isn't going to give you the answer. I say, well, what symptoms have you got now? It's all about the symptoms. So typically in the perimenopause, there'll be maybe anxiety, overwhelm, tiredness, brain fog. So I say, if you compare yourself to you 3 years ago, are you the same woman? And the answer comes back, no, I'm not the same woman. How do I get back to that? So already, as once you've realized that there's that decline, and like I say, it can be up to 10 years, this decline. So how are all these symptoms linked? Because they're all kind of brain, memory, emotional symptoms, excuse me. Like I say, it's the overwhelm and the brain fog and some sort of anxiety. And it's all fundamentally linked to your body getting more tired. So when we're transitioning through the menopause, the hormonal strain on our bodies is somewhere between 10 and 100 times greater than pregnancy. So that's why we have to respect our energy as we're transitioning. The 40-something perimenopausal women can't work at the same levels as her 30-something self. We just don't have that kind of energy. And the reason why I think perimenopause is so bad right now, and we're feeling it more, is because we're kind of a generation that's had to work very long hours. We've all been career driven. On top of that, have families and things. And so we've tired ourselves out more quickly now than previous generations. So therefore, as we're more tired, we're feeling the symptoms are greater. And my example in when I do my talks always is, if you opened your post in the evening and it was bad news, you go, oh, it's bad news, can't handle this. You go to bed, you have a good night's sleep, and then the following morning that letter doesn't seem so bad, and you go, oh, what was I on about last night? Let's just sort it. That's a 24-hour cycle. But now you're into years and years of a decline in your energy. So you might be a person that sleeps really well, but still wakes up and go, I'm still shattered. Or you could be a person that's got the night symptoms and, you're waking up a certain number of times a night. So that bad news letter the following day, you still can't handle it as well as you could have previously because you've not recuperated your energy. And those cycles are now going on for weeks, months and years. So again, coming back to the Chinese medicine, when you're tired, and actually dogs, this is perfect for dogs. When you think of a dog that is injured or under par, they get more frightened or they get more aggressive. Emily's nodding at me because she's got a whole clan of dogs.
Yes, 100%.
So it's exactly the same theory. It's the fight or flight. It's without going into the hormonal understanding of it all. When we're not feeling at our best, when we're fatigued to any extent, we then get more fearful. So the fearful things are anxiety, phobias, and the overwhelm. We just can't handle things as well as we could. And I meet so many women that one day they sat in their car and they freeze. A lot of anxiety hits for the first time in the car. And I believe that that's because we're ungrounded. So we sat there with our hands on the wheel and our feet are up off the floor. We're not grounded, and it happens on motorways, motorway junctions, traffic junctions, in the driveway, and women just freeze because anxiety is such a major one during the perimenopause. And it all links back to our body just getting more and more tired as we're going through the hormonal changes.
Wow. So I'm wondering what to ask next. So are there things that we can do to mitigate the tiredness, or to a certain extent, do you find that it's a question of accepting it, working with it, and knowing it's a phase?
That's really good, actually. I think mindset is a big part of it. There are things we can do, which I'll come on to, but mindset is so important. It's respecting that your body is changing. Like I said, I'm sure when women were pregnant, they treated their body like a temple. But and the hormonal fluctuations now are, I can't remember the facts and figures, but at least 10 times, if not 100 times greater. That is the transition our body is going through. So you have to respect and understand that you can't compete with your 30-something self. Now, what you can do about it, there's a couple of things. Supplements are the first thing, because we are all nutritionally lacking, because the food just doesn't give it to us now. And I'm a perfect example of that, because people go, can't I get it from food? And I think, I ate so many magnesium rich foods, but it wasn't until I took a magnesium tablet that my sleep was altered. So my number one supplement for all women to get on is magnesium citrate. That's the best one to get. So magnesium, number one. The vitamin B complex with vitamins B1 through 12, they're good for your energy as well. So I put women on that. I put women on a really good multivitamin that's age appropriate. So we start building up. When I do supplements, it's the building blocks of the body. So I find when women start getting this kind of nutrition back into their system, we start seeing changes. Whether you choose to do other supplements, that's completely up to you. But when women start working with me, it's the building blocks of the body. So that's one area. The other area is food. Try, eating good, fresh food and gut health. We go further into gut health. And then a dead easy one, which I just want to give you quickly, it's about keeping the kidneys warm. So your kidneys sit at the base of your rib cage. So on your back, you've got your ribs. Your kidneys are just tucked underneath. Kidneys like warmth. Even if you're a woman who feels heat, when you analyse where you feel your heat will be between here and here. What I want you to do is, when you are hot, put your hands on your kidneys, because you'll find they're cold. So a lot to do with balancing out the later heat symptoms comes from sorting out your kidneys. So if you can prepare your body properly during the perimenopause, you're setting yourself up to have a better menopause. So if your kidneys like warmth, and my basic example is to get a t-shirt that's too tight, cut it across just under the armpits, and wear it as a kidney warmer underneath your clothes, so you give yourself that extra layer of your kidneys. Then it's not interfering if you feel too hot here, but just, especially as we're now into autumn and winter, dress appropriately, keep your back warm. And I have one lady the other week who came with awful night sweats, but she was a cold person. She now goes to sleep with a hot water bottle under her kidneys, and it stopped her night sweats.
Wow, that's really interesting. On two pertinent things that have happened this week. Yesterday, I was going for a dog walk with a friend who was saying that she's tempted. So she's the same age as me. She's tempted to start wearing maternity jeans again, because they sit so nice and high and keep her back warm. We
tell her
weren't
about the
talking about
kidney
kidneys, but she was saying that it was lovely. It was the thing she loved most about maternity jeans was the fact that everything was nice and warm.
Yeah.
And then furthermore, with the hot water bottle, I have a Doberman shaped hot water bottle, and the nights when she sleeps by my back, I sleep better. And I've never tallied those up. Isn't that interesting?
No, people don't, but it's because we're coming from the Chinese medicine. So just one last point to make, why putting a hot water bottle on your kidneys can stop night sweats. There's other things about night sweats. You have to be a healthy eater. So she was an extremely healthy eater. In fact, she over-exercised and she was very slim framed. So she was a particular body type. Dog eating stuff on the floor again. Is that and I got this I broke my ankle 6 years ago. I had a car crash about 10 years ago. And when both these things happened, it really affected my kidney energy. And I got uncontrollable sweats very easily at those 2 times of trauma. So of course I looked into this back then. And of course menopause, chronic fatigue, trauma to the body and broken bones, they're all things that require the body to heal. When the kidney energy in Chinese medicine needs to heal, it can't do everything the body requires. So one of the things that is shut down is temperature control. So in all of these scenarios, so I see people with chronic fatigue as well. What we're doing is we've got to help the kidneys. So it's food and it's warmth and it's rest. Those are the 3 elements about helping your kidneys, which is why I need women to respect their energy and doing the right kind of exercise rather than a lot of silly exercise. And like I say, warmth. So your friend with her maternity trousers, tell her about the kidney warmer. You can get these sticky on heat patches, because especially if you are a dog walker or you're out or you're a cyclist or anything that exposes your lower back, these nice just warm patches that you can stick on are really good as well. And then food is a big part of it.
Wow, that's so interesting. We've got so much more to explore in future webinars.
But don't eat salads at lunchtime, everybody. You should not be eating salads at lunchtime now, because the kidneys process at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They need some warmth. They need like rich soups and stews. And if you put cold food, that's the other thing. No food or drink colder than room temperature.
Yep.
All of that will help your kidneys.
Wow. That's been so interesting. Thank you. And yeah, I'm really excited to record lots more webinars with you in the future. So
we'll set up 6 minutes time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea.
You're welcome, Emily. Bye.